You know, I'm pretty happy with how the studio came together. Not just because of the racing helmet.
It's hard to say. It's only changed like 27 times since we've been here.
Been here 3 months. We're finally recording something. Speaking of, we're here.
Oh.
We could.
Why not?
I can't believe I'm about to say these words. Welcome to Industry Gossip. I'm Christopher Norton. I'm joined today by Potomac CEO Manish Khatta. You ready to spill some tea?
Real Housewives of Potomac.
All right. So the CEO of a company called Potomac, I think I'm saying that right, is on the record saying the following about RTO.
Listen, the last couple job interviews we've had with folks, a lot of them are looking at us simply because their companies are making them go back to the office and they don't want to go. They want to work remotely. And I think this is huge for RAs. Most RAs probably will not call their companies, their employees back unless they have a long lease and frankly can't get out of it. But why? Why? I mean, you've successfully ran a remote business, most people have at least, for a year. Why would you want to go back? I just don't get it. You know, and we're obviously biased because we're remote and we're going to stay remote. I think this is stupid. I think you're going to lose your top staff if you don't have some sort of hybrid approach or all remote.
So, return to office. Overrated or underrated?
Well, my stance in that clip is overrated. Sort of. There's nuance to this, okay? There's a story behind it. An institutional client reached out and wanted to meet us in person. They wanted to see the shop, see how the money's managed and who's working there. And what do? Invite them to the local Starbucks? I had no answer. So I ignored them for a couple months. You're a money manager ignoring an institutional client because I had nowhere to go. So I think there's levels to this. There's nuance to this. At the asset level we were at when that clip was made, there were no institutional clients calling us. So at the time, properly rated, vastly overrated now.
And somewhere in there you changed your mind.
Yeah. Pivot. Well, we've never done this before, but let me ask you a question.
Oh, boy.
Mr. Norton, on a wealthmanagement.com article from February 11th, 2021.
Oh, I remember that.
I think that date is necessary here. You wrote a couple things. The name of this article was Death of a Wholesaler. Once a constant and impervious to change, today the wholesaler is a dying breed. Gone are the days of conferences, gone are the days of presentation lunches, gone are the evenings of raucous sponsored dinners with too many cocktails. The broad availability and widespread accessibility of TAMP platforms have rendered wholesalers obsolete. You continue on this diatribe.
Oh, you have more. Go ahead.
Our firm has already more than doubled in size in less than 9 months without a single wholesaler, and the coffers are fresh with new revenue. Are we now going to build a sales team? No. Overrated or underrated?
I'm going to go with properly rated at the time. Look, obviously, things have changed. At the time we wrote that we were just coming out of the pandemic, and we had made a name for ourselves with content. But what I don't think I appreciated at the time, even having worked at larger RIAs in the past, is you reach a certain point where you need not just boots on the ground, but boots on the ground in certain parts of the country, right? You need people that are local, that can go into your office and sit down and have a really detailed conversation with you. So from that perspective, I was wrong. We have 20 salespeople now at Potomac, and they've been an incredible addition to the firm. I will say in my defense, however, that we aren't arming these people with a suitcase full of print materials, which I have literally seen, like the roller bag coming in.
Not yet, at least.
And, building that digital presence where you have, your brand is built, your story is very clearly defined, your products are really well articulated. Doing that first and giving that to your wholesalers to then take out into the field is a big difference from just, hire some salespeople and give them some Word docs and let them loose.
The lesson here is never title your article Death of anything.
Noted. Well, the last time we did this, you were sitting in your house and I was in California. And now here we are together in the office in Bethesda, Maryland. But you've had some thoughts in the past on office culture.
This is massively overrated. I think most companies overestimate what their culture actually is. Driving 45 minutes to a lightly dimmed office, staring out the window at another office isn't exactly culture. There's a couple things I want to unpack here. Number one, I think hybrid is actually the worst of both worlds because, first of all, your employees still can't live what they want. They're forced to live within a certain mileage of the office, number one. Number two, as an employer, you still have to hire people only from that geographic location. So what exactly is the point of hybrid? I think either it's 100% in office or you just rip the Band-Aid off and do 100% remote. And the other thing here that I think is between the lines, people overhired during COVID. And I think this is a great way for companies to reduce overhead and very cheaply. All of a sudden, your remote team come back to the office or you don't have a job. And in all likelihood, most of those people just go work somewhere else. So, the biggest demographic of people who think their culture means something seems to be the 65 to 75-year-old executive white males in suits. This is just another example.
So hybrid workforces, a dimly lit office, the kind of culture you just can't wait to get out of bed in the morning. Here we are. Underrated or overrated?
I think it's underrated. I stand by my comment. Yes, if you're going to call people back to an office, you got to make sure that the office is nice, not a warehouse where you're staring out a window. And secondly, I think hybrid is the worst of both solutions.
Right? I agree.
Number one, you can't really live where you want to live, and you still are coming into the office. So I still stand by it. Either do all in office or all remote. But the whole 1 to 2, 3 days a week thing to me is nonsense.
I have to agree.
I'm right. So we all know how strange you can be at times. One of those things have to do with vertical video.
This next one was hotly debated on social media, particularly with the FinTwit crowd. The sudden reemergence of vertical video in your marketing. Underrated or overrated?
So, let's talk about it. Vertical video, overrated or underrated?
So look, I'm going to quote Harrison Ford here because he was recently interviewed and they asked him why somebody of his stature is going to go and play Red Hulk in the Marvel Universe as an 80-year-old man. And he said, that is where the audience is. And if they're going to watch something, I'd prefer that it still be me. So, is there that part of me who we go out and we make, an episode of Who Are You? And we bring in a big crew and I'm like, this is art. And then to watch our team then cut it up into a vertical video clip, does that hurt my soul a little bit? Sure. That being said, there are specific platforms where vertical video makes a lot of sense for engagement. 90% was watching it on their phone, and they're going to look at it in a vertical format. So unless we're going to add an animation that's like tilt your phone, vertical video is the way to go, so I'm going to say underrated.
And to prove my point, no normal person quotes Harrison Ford.
I don't know about that.
So, Mr. Omaha, you've once had some thoughts about other firms in Omaha and their plans around building office space.
It's almost like spending hundreds of millions of dollars to build a brand new office building that you make people go to didn't inspire a bunch of new growth opportunities. I'm shocked. Shocked.
So, how long are you going to live in San Francisco for?
So I have a move date scheduled for the first weekend in June to come out here and be a part of this full time, and I'm splitting my time between now and then, so I think it is safe to say that my opinion here was overrated because I have come full circle on being in the office, and you know, the time that we've spent here together, just seeing what our team is able to do creatively when they get together and they can brainstorm and they can actually get their hands around things. It's so different than just sending a little Teams message and trying to chat through it. So,
and in the famous words of my mentor, Ari Gold, let's hug it out, bitch.
I don't like getting two in a row. It's more fun being on the other side of these questions. And on that will do it for this episode of Industry Gossip. Can't believe this. Until next time.